Hi everyone. If you remember the a lab for site to site, we created a connection between our on-prem to our staging using the VPN connection and local network gateway and virtual network gateway. That was a long exercise. So this is somehow linked with that exercise. So basically we have a connection between a staging VM and on-prem VM. They both are connected with each other. Now we can access staging VM from our on-prem VM basically. But what if we have another Azure virtual network and we want to connect this test VM to on-prem VM? We cannot directly access to on-prem VM. We will have to go through with the staging VM first and then go to the on-prem VM after. So in order to do that, we first need to create the pairing between test VM and staging VM, which I actually did, but I can show you how it's done. So I went inside staging VM. So we then go to the virtual network, staging VNet network. I then went to the pairings. And if you see, I created a connection using a pairing. So if you go add, and then you add a link, so say staging to test, and then test to staging basically. So you create a pairing. If you don't understand, you can see my previous exercise for how to do VNet to VNet pairing. So you'll know how to pair virtual networks. So I then created a pairing between these two networks. So now, if I go virtual machine, I have a pairing in between these two now. But do you think should this now access to on-prem? We can give it a go, maybe. We can try. So because this has both connection and on-prem has connection with staging VM. So what we can do is I can go to on-prem VM and then take the private IP of on-prem VM. And then I'll see if I can get connection on my test VM. So if I go, this is my test VM, and if I go to my Internet Explorer, although we have created pairing, but I just want to see, can we create a connection? So if I go here and say, so this is the private IP, although we created a pairing, should this allow us? No, this is not allowing us basically because we need to set something called gateway transit. So what we have to do now is to see where the both connections are actually meeting up. So that's basically our staging machine, where the both connections are meeting up. So what we need to do is go to virtual machine, go to staging VM, okay, go to the staging VNet, okay, and then we go to the pairing where we did the pairing. So we come to staging to test here. So we would have something called here is, so we basically I think enable this one for the virtual, so gateway transit enables one virtual network. So if we enable this one, that should let us allow. So let's see what it will do. So once that's done, I have to wait for that. Let's go back to the test one, test VNet, go to the pairing. Okay. And then we have to do use the remote virtual network gateway. Okay, so we select this one here, select save. We just have to do one more thing basically. We have to go inside our on-prem where we were connected with staging VM first. Log into on-prem VM first, connect RDP, download RDP file, go to on-prem, connect, test user. And we connect with that one. If we go to the one we have already, we need to go to the IP before, go to the static routes, and then we have to add one more static routes for our test VM. So we say new static route, it's Azure, and that was, I believe, 30.0.0.0, and it was 255.0.0.0. My bad, that's not 0, that was because it was static 16, so 2 network hosts has been used. And then the metric is 16. So hit on OK. Now go back to the same way we went before, our network interface, and the one we have to connect it basically against. So now we are connected. We set up a test VM in our on-prem. So what if now, what if now we go back to the test VM? Before we go there, we go and take our on-prem public private IP and go to the test VM, the different one, the one we have in here, which we tried earlier and it failed. Oh, it's already here. Just hit enter. Oops, yeah, we got Internet Information Services here now, so it's working. So we were able to add another Azure virtual network with our on-prem using a pairing between first with the Azure one and then creating gateway transit and then remote accessing, and then we have to come to the on-prem and doing some configuration. So I hope this was helpful. Thank you for watching.